The man who chased the horizon. A young man spent his entire life chasing happiness. He believed peace was always somewhere ahead of him. If I earn more money, I'll finally be happy. If people admire me, I'll finally feel enough. If I become successful, respected, important, then I'll feel peace. So he spent years chasing the horizon. He traveled from city to city, worked endlessly, collected wealth, built status, earned praise from strangers. Yet every night, when silence finally arrived, he still felt empty. The more he gained, the further peace seemed to move away from him. One evening, exhausted and frustrated, the man wandered deep into the mountains. There, sitting quietly beside a fire, was an old Stoic traveler. The old man looked calm, not because he owned much, but because he seemed to need very little. The young man sat beside him and asked, "How do I finally reach happiness?" The old traveler smiled faintly, then pointed toward the distant horizon. "Walk toward it," he said. Confused, the young man stood and walked for hours. But no matter how far he traveled, the horizon continued moving further away. By nightfall, angry and exhausted, he returned. "It's impossible," he snapped. "I can never reach it." The old man nodded calmly. "Exactly." The fire crackled softly between them. Then the old traveler said, "Most people spend their entire lives chasing peace the same way. They believe happiness exists in money, status, attention, possessions, or other people's approval. But peace cannot be chased. It must be created within." The young man stared silently into the fire. For the first time in years, he truly listened. The old traveler continued, "The world trains people to constantly want more. More success, more validation, more entertainment, more distraction. And because of this, many people never learn how to simply sit with themselves peacefully. They become addicted to movement, addicted to noise, addicted to chasing the next thing." But Stoicism teaches something very different. The Stoics believed peace does not come from controlling the world around you. It comes from controlling yourself. Your thoughts, your desires, your reactions, your impulses. Because when the mind is uncontrolled, nothing will ever feel like enough. As Seneca once said, "He who is contented is rich." Not the man with the most wealth, not the man with the most followers, not the man with the most applause, but the man who can sit peacefully with himself. The young man looked around the mountains, the cold air, the quiet fire, the silence of the night sky. And suddenly, for the first time in many years, he felt calm. Not because he had gained something new, but because he had stopped chasing. The old traveler smiled gently and said, "Peace begins the moment you stop running from yourself." Many people spend their lives searching everywhere for happiness, without realizing the thing they seek cannot be found externally. Because peace is not a destination, it is a way of living. The horizon will always move. But the Stoic learns to stand still. Stop chasing. Modern Stoic mind.